Good morning, dear children. Today we are going to see about drainage system. Can you able to recall the lesson what we have learning for the past days? Well, India, location, relief and drainage. So already we have seen about the location and relief. Now we are going to see about drainage. What is drainage? A drainage system is an integrated system of tributaries and a trunk stream which collects and drains surface water into the sea, lake or some other body of water. Well, this drainage system has been broadly divided into two major groups based on the geological structure, that is, the Himalayan rivers and the peninsular rivers. What is Himalayan rivers? The Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra, which originates from Himalayas, is called as Himalayan rivers. And what were peninsular rivers? River Mahanadi, River Godavari, River Krishna, River Kaveri, River Narmada, River Tapti. These were the rivers which we consider as west flowing rivers and east flowing rivers in South India, that is purposefully in the peninsular plateau, that we call it as peninsular rivers. First of all, we'll see about Himalayan rivers. The Indus river system, the Ganga river system and the Brahmaputra river system. Well, what were the characteristics of Himalayan rivers? The Himalayan rivers are long and wide. It is perennial in nature, that is, it flows throughout the year. And it is also called as a middle and lower courses for navigable, but it is unsuitable for hydropower generation. The first river system is Indus. It is the largest river of the world, which originates from Tibet and enters into India. Through Ladakh and Jaskar ranges, it creates a deep gorges. What do you mean by gorges? A deep depth valley. That is, through the river water erosion, it creates a deep gorges, the depth. Well, what were the tributaries of Indus river system? The Zeelam, Senab, Ravi, Beas and Sutlej. Finally, it drains into Arabian Sea. The next is Ganga river system. Among the Himalayan rivers, the Ganga river system is the largest drainage, and river banks are densely populated, which originates from Gangotri glaciers. The tributaries are Gomti, Gandak, Kosi and Gagra. Among the tributaries of Ganga, the Yamuna is the largest tributary, which has tremendous of water and flows throughout the year. When the Ganga were about to flow into Bangladesh, it is called in the name of river Batma. And Ganga and Brahmaputra creates a delta called as Sundarbans in the Bay of Bengal. Before entering or before drains into Bay of Bengal, we call that delta place as Sundarbans. The third river system of Himalayan river, the Brahmaputra river system. It also originates from Tibet, and in Tibet the river is called as Sangpo, which is the meaning of purifier. It enters through Dihang Gorge. The tributaries are Tista, Manas, Barak, Subanseh. It is called as river Jamuna when it enters into Bangladesh. As like Ganga, this Brahmaputra river also, when it enters into Bangladesh, it gets another name, river Jamuna. Well, now river Ganga and river Brahmaputra together joins and flows, and it gets the name Meghna. Now let's see the second division of drainage system with peninsular rivers. What are peninsular rivers? The rivers that flows in South India is called as peninsular rivers, which originates from Western Ghats, and it is non-perennial, that never runs throughout the year. Non-perennial rivers. Okay, what were the rivers? Again, the peninsular river has been divided into two rivers, that is west flowing rivers and east flowing rivers. Just look into the slide. West flowing rivers are Narmada, Tapti and Mahi, which drains into Arabian Sea. East flowing rivers Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri, that drains into Bay of Bengal. Let's see the characteristics of South Indian rivers, that is the peninsular river. It originates from Western Ghats, which is short and narrow and non-perennial in nature. It's suitable for hydropower generation, but not useful for navigation. We'll move on to the west flowing rivers. Narmada, Tapti, Mahi. It originates from Madhya Pradesh, which drains into Arabian Sea through Gulf of Cambay. This Gulf of Cambay is by the left side, by the bottom of Gujarat. Not only that, it also has some of the tributaries that has tremendous of water, which also drains into Arabian Sea. These three rivers, Narmada, Tapti, Mahi, alone drains into Arabian Sea. As we have seen, peninsular plateau, that is by the western side it is too high, and by the eastern side it is too low. And thus, when the river or the running of water flows, it just have to move on towards the eastern side. But on the part of Narmada, Tapti and Mahi, it moves on and drains into western side, that is with Arabian Sea. So have it in your mind, children. East flowing rivers. River Mahanadi. It originates in Sehava in Raipur, which is in Chhattisgarh, and flows through Odisha. The tributaries are Sionath, Telin, Sandur and Ib. It's the largest delta. Delta means the cultivation land with well fertile soil. So the crops grow there, yields much in the cultivation. And finally, this Mahanadi drains into Bay of Bengal. The next is Godavari. It is also called as Vidya Ganga, which is the longest river in South India and originates in Nasik of Maharashtra, flows through two states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. The tributaries are Purna, Penganga, Pranita, Indravati, Tal and Salami. Koliru is the freshwater lake of the Godavari. Krishna. It originates from spring at Mahabaleshwar in the western Ghats of Maharashtra, which is considered as the second largest peninsular river. The tributaries are Bhima, Pedvagu, Musi, Koina and Tungabhadra. Finally, this river Krishna also drains into Bay of Bengal through Andhra Pradesh. The next and final peninsular river, that is South Indian river, is Kaveri. Kaveri originates at Talakaveri, which is in Kodagu Hills at Karnataka. Dakshin Ganga or Ganga of South. This gets the name with different names. And it has a bifurcation twice. One in Srirangapattinam, the other is in Sivasamudram. Finally, this Kaveri also drains into Bay of Bengal. Thus, we have come to the final end of the lesson. We complete this lesson. Children, be careful, learn well, do well. God bless you all. Thank you. We'll move on to homework session. Today we have two answers. One is Ganga Basin, which is in page number 139. Ganga River System. So that paragraph have to be learned fully. The second answer is Peninsula River, which move on to two pages, 140 and 141. Because we have two rivers. East flowing river, we have three things. What were they? Narmada, Tapti, Mahi. And west flowing rivers, we have Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. So you have to explain everything in detail, point by point. So take your time, please concentrate and prepare well both the answers. Mark it in your book. First of all, mark it in your book and learn. Post me between 5 to 6 today evening. Well, God bless you all.